No species in the galactic confluence had ever prepared for silence like this, the kind that crushed sound itself into nothingness and made even the most battle-hardened alien warriors forget how to breathe, because silence meant only one thing in the Great Hall of Convergence: extinction was seconds away. The hall had been carved from the hollowed heart of a dead star, its walls layered with luminous alien glyphs and translucent alloys that pulsed faintly as thousands of alien delegates stood frozen in place, their multi-limbed bodies rigid with terror, eyes, compound, glowing, faceted, orbs, slits, or psychic projections, locked on the colossal shape at the center aisle. The deadliest dragon in the galaxy had awakened. The Dracarys Prime, world-ender, star-eater, the creature whose mere shadow had erased civilizations, whose roar had cracked moons and boiled oceans, whose awakening had been predicted to mark the end of the confluence itself. Its body was a mountain of obsidian black scales layered like living armor, each one etched with scars from ancient wars against gods, machines, and stars themselves. Bioluminescent veins pulsed faintly beneath its hide, glowing a molten amber that matched the single visible eye now open, burning with an intelligence older than most galaxies. Its massive claws rested on the crystalline floor, digging in, fracturing reality-stabilized matter as if it were soft clay. The dragon had been declared dead 1,000 years ago after the celestial purge, its body entombed beneath a neutron sun, its name forbidden to be spoken aloud. Yet here it was, alive, breathing, and very much awake. The alien council members waited for annihilation, some broadcasting final farewells to their homeworlds, others collapsing into prayer or madness, because none of them noticed the smallest figure walking calmly down the aisle between the armored honor guard, none of them, until it was far too late. She was human. A child. Barely 7 cycles old by Terran reckoning. Her name was Lila Reyes, daughter of a frontier xenobiologist and a ship engineer, born on a station orbiting an uncharted red dwarf. She wore a simple dress, scuffed boots, and carried no weapons, no shields, no technology beyond the unremarkable insignia of the human embassy pinned crookedly to her chest. She should not have been there. The confluence had forbidden humans from bringing civilians after the Andromeda incident, and yet somehow, inexplicably, the child had wandered past the guards, past energy barriers, past protocols designed to stop armies, and she did so without fear. The Dracarys Prime turned its massive head, sensors and ancient instincts locking onto her instantly. The temperature in the hall dropped. Several species fainted. The honor guards raised their weapons in perfect synchronization, plasma spears and antimatter lances humming, but none dared fire, because the first to provoke the dragon would doom them all. The dragon lowered its head, its jaws parting just enough to reveal teeth longer than starships, each one capable of slicing continents. The hall's translators screamed warnings across 100 frequencies: human child, retreat, entity hostile, but Lila did not retreat. She stepped closer. Her small hands trembled, not with fear, but with awe. Because Lila could hear something the others could not. Where the aliens sensed only death, Lila felt sadness. Loneliness. Pain so old it had fossilized into rage. Her father used to tell her bedtime stories about dragons, not as monsters, but as guardians who went mad when forgotten. And as she stood before the Dracarys Prime, she realized the truth with a clarity that stunned even her own young mind: the dragon was not here to destroy the galaxy. It was here because it had been alone for 1,000 years. The dragon inhaled, preparing a breath that had once erased fleets from existence. Energy gathered in its chest, warping the light around it. Time itself seemed to hesitate. And then Lila stood on her tiptoes, reached up with both hands, and gently pressed her lips against the dragon's massive snout. The effect was immediate and catastrophic, not in the way anyone expected. The energy dissipated. The temperature stabilized. The dragon froze. Every sensor in the hall flatlined and then rebooted in confusion. The Dracarys Prime's eye widened, its pupils dilating, ancient neural pathways firing for the first time in centuries as something utterly alien to it occurred: memory without pain. A hatchling curled around a star-warm planet. A human hand, soft, fragile, unafraid. The dragon released a sound, not a roar, but a low, shuddering exhale that rippled across subspace like a sob. The honor guards lowered their weapons. The council members stared in horror, disbelief, and something dangerously close to hope. The translators struggled, then finally resolved the impossible message emanating from the dragon's mind, broadcasting across every channel in the hall: the small one remembers US. Lila pulled back slightly, smiling up at the creature whose name had once ended empires. You were lonely, she said simply, as if explaining something obvious. We can stay with you. The dragon bowed its head, a gesture that shook the hall, and rested its massive forehead gently against the floor before her, submitting, not in defeat, but in trust. In that moment, the galactic confluence learned a truth that would rewrite every doctrine, every war strategy, every fear-driven myth they had ever built. Humanity did not conquer monsters, they befriended them. And when the silence finally broke, it was not with screams or explosions, but with a single thought echoing through alien minds everywhere. If a human child could tame the deadliest dragon in the galaxy with a kiss, what hope, or terror, did the universe have when humanity grew up? If you want to hear how the galaxy changes after this moment, how alliances crumble, empires kneel, and why humans become the most feared and respected species in existence, make sure you subscribe to the channel and stay tuned, because this was only the beginning.